What's up, guys? HTG Brian back with some more Funko Fusion. Next up, we've got Jurassic World Level 2 Story. This is Raptor Rescue. It turns out there are 4 raptors scattered throughout that need rescuing, and we are going to do that, and then we're going to get out of there. It's actually a pretty sweet and straightforward level. I do make a wrong turn in Albuquerque, so I give us a little extra running around, but that's okay. It's nothing to worry about. We'll make fun of me when we get there. Picking up right where we left off, we're in the Funko Factory Hub for Jurassic World, and we're going to make our way over to Level 2, which is over on the sort of left-hand back corner here. Look at that Raptor Rescue. We'll go ahead and approach the old terminal, interact with it by pressing and holding the button prompt, and it gives us a quick view of what to expect in this level. Now, keep in mind, all of those things are going to be saved for the fun play, and we already got the proto build for this world. So, oh, cutscene! All right, we're officially in control and on a roll. Smash and grab as much vinyl as possible as we're working towards that 5 million trophy achievement. That's going to be a lot. Hopefully we'll find a multiplier of sorts. I don't think there is such a thing, though. Anyways, both sides of the area have a locked battery that needs to be, well, unlocked and then removed so that we can access this switch that was electrifyingly shocking. As soon as we get through that gate, there are going to be a couple of dinos that attack us. Now, gotta be honest, not quite sure what type of dino that is. It's certainly not a raptor. If you happen to know, drop me a comment down below. I'd love to have that information. Once we get through that little battle there, we're going to open the chest, grab the vinyl, and make our way down the left. As I mentioned earlier, there is a mistake in my pathway. We have not reached it yet. Take out a couple more baddies, and work your way down all the way around this corner here where we're actually going to get attacked. Now, I can't recommend pulling back while fighting enough. Sort of, instead of advancing, more retreating. I just find that most of these battle incursions are sort of overwhelming with guys, but if you sort of backtrack as you're shooting, it seems to make it go a little bit easier. All right, so not much in this building here, just a couple of vinyl bits, which will go a long ways, as we already mentioned. As you continue to work your way down, you're going to find this giant raptor cage, which likely looks familiar if you've seen the movie. And we're going to go ahead and make our way inside there in a hot second. Now, I want to point out that there are lots and lots of blue chests. You really only need 3 per world. At least that's what our guide writer Dougie is telling us so far. But as it turns out later in the game, there are some display glitches. So those blue chests sometimes pop out blue orbs that do not count for anything. We'll touch that a little bit more later once we actually find some of those. I think it's not till like level 4 or 5 of Jurassic World. But make your way all the way around the Raptor Cage and take out a couple of baddies first before grabbing the fuse on the wall there. Simply move the fuse from point A to point B, and right behind you there should be a battery on the ground. We're going to slam that in the old charger. Talk to Buddy here, and he says these chargers can boost up the batteries. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Simply press the icon indicated to snag that battery and move it over to the battery slot. Once both the battery and the fuse are applied, you can make your way following the power line over to actually use the terminal and open the gate. Now inside we get rushed again by a bunch of baddies, and then also, look at that, we got the red orb baddie. So we'll be picking those up as we return for fun play mode, which won't be for a while as we're going to complete all of the story. At least that's our plan right now. Dougie's working hard on the guide, and if something changes, we will definitely follow his lead. But as it sits, we're going to try to use the old formula of story, fun play, clean up, just like we do in our Lego game. So, all right, now this raptor is in the way. I'm going to give him the old cha-cha-cha. Inside, we find a heart and a couple of chests. Now, there's also a collectible or two in this area, so I am just going to get on out of here before I accidentally mess something up. Now, this is where I take the wrong turn. I should have gone left, and instead I go, well, I look right, and I go straight. This is not wrong, but it isn't as efficient as I could be. So we'll go ahead and take out Raptor number 2 over in the middle here. And it really should have been Raptor number 3. We should have gone left and got, but that's okay. Well, that's okay. Ha ha ha, Brian made a mistake. Moving on. As we make our way around this corner, there's actually a secret entrance. So instead of going to the front door where we looked right back at that intersection, we have to wrap around and sneak in the side door here. Once we get in, there's actually going to be another wave of baddies, so be ready for that. It's always good to have a green soda on tap, just in case you need to pop it like it's hot and get some more health. As you can see here, as soon as we get in there, they drop from the ceiling and start powing us right in the kiss-up. We'll go ahead and return some fire and try not to get into that ninja smoke. Wait a minute, is that Gerg? Anyways, moving along. We got a couple of locks. Bust those off. The Raptors should follow and be part of our group now. Look at that, there's another straggler over here. Maybe a couple of them, actually. Yep, there is. Where do you come from, buddy? Hey, buddy, relax, guy. We'll go ahead and take out those dudes. And this is when I realized, wait a minute, I should have gone the other way first. All right, so I grabbed this chest, and then I realized I got to go back to the left. We'll go down, and this is where it gets a little sketchy. There's a couple of hard-headed dinos that take a combo here. Look at me. I'm like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? I got it sorted now, though, guys. Don't sweat it. I actually did this in my scouting run perfectly, and for some reason I had a little bit of a brain fart when I got to that 4-way intersection back there. So, all right, some advice here. Lots of bad guys. They are sort of fighting each other, but as soon as you open up and engage with them, they all attack you. So again, the retreating fighting, I think, works pretty well, but there's some of those hardhead dinos too. So in order to take those guys down, you need to actually shoot them until they show tweets, like, you know, like in the cartoons, tweet, 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 tweet. Once you see the stars, go ahead and melee them. That will actually do damage. You got to repeat that process by shooting them till they see stars, and then meleeing them, and then shooting them till they see stars, and meleeing them, and it becomes quite the hassle. But it can be done, and basically a couple of these guys get pinned, and I actually have a pretty nice, easy path. So you can see, cha, 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 pew, 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 cha, 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 pew, 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 pew. See, that's how you do it. So rough them up if you want. You could always just bypass them and run off. However, they might chase you around, so I do kind of recommend taking him down. Now, look, this guy, he was hiding. Did you see that? He was over in the bush, and instead of going to attack him, I just got on out of there. Now, one thing that should be noted, the Raptors can get knocked down, and they can need reviving. So it is possible that during some of these battle sessions that they might take too much damage, and you might leave them behind. It's really simple, though. You just go back, press and hold the icon indicated to heal them, and they should get up and return to your journey. Now, speaking of journey, we had to flip the switch here, but in order to access it, we had to remove the electricity. So shoot the lock, remove the battery, flip the switch, and get ready to battle some baddies. As there are another group here, and of course, one more cage with 2 locks that will pop off, maybe. Maybe? All right, there we go. And once it's free, we are out of there. In fact, we have another new type of baddie here. Well, sort of. We've seen the bomb dropper one other time, but it didn't really affect us in level 1. He was on top of the roof of the main building, and I do believe there is one more in the back. So again, we've got another pretty serious wave of bad guys. Unfortunately, these Raptors tend to get in between you and the baddie, so it becomes a little bit extra. But once you get through, you should be all right. You can see we're only 100 and so meters away from the finish line there. So we'll go ahead and take out these guys and make our way all the way there. Cross your fingers, cross your fingers. Now, over on the left-hand side, there is ice. And I do not recommend doing a lot of fighting over here because it makes your controlling way more difficult as it's super slippery. Now, there's often another bomber guy back by that tower on the right, but for some reason, he didn't want to spawn. So I was okay with that, but you guys might run into one more out there. As I make it all the way around this corner here, we are almost there. A couple more chests, some vinyl to grab. Oh, what? That guy's popping up out of nowhere. You know, I have found that there is sort of a similar aspect of baddies popping out from behind you. So in previous games, Lego specifically, you might find that guys would show up out of nowhere. You'd be looking one way, expecting them, and all of a sudden they'd pop up behind you. Now, that kind of seems to happen here too, so it must be a programming technique or something that they use. But anyways, get all 4 Raptors onto the helipad, and it should reveal a key. Once you get the key, simply take it over to the icon, slap it in there with the button press that's indicated, and that should free our peoples and give us a nice little cutscene. So don't forget to grab the vinyl boxes. And keep in mind, we will be grabbing all the goldies and all the other stuffs as we return for fun play once we complete story. Sweet deal. All right, so nice little cutscene. Door is now open. Crown is available. Let's go ahead and swoop it up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. One more crown down. Got a bunch of studdage. Haha. Bunch of vinylage, we'll call it. And as per usual, we will return to the factory just because that is our process. So no collectibles found in this video, but soon enough in fun play once we get done with the story. All right, we're back in the hub, and that is basically going to do it. I can't stress this enough. If you are ahead of us, make sure that you're watching the end screen links at the end of the videos, because it's possible that there may be more videos available than have physically been released. Also, check out HappyThumbsGaming.com, where you can find our Funko Fusion guide that Dougie is working hard on and should have tons of info already, if not being complete. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click that like button. As always, until next time...